What's going on, New Jersey homeowners? It's Omar here. 10 years plus in the solar industry. I have helped a lot of people in New Jersey go solar via products like power purchase agreements, solar leases, things like that. But I just wanted to break down an electric bill for you real quick and just show you how much you can actually save even with a lower electric bill. Now, this is a customer who actually really needed it. They were on the budget billing. Um, they just weren't able to always pay their electric bills, and we are able to actually help them go solar. So I just wanted to show you exactly kind of like what we were able to do for them. But the first place you want to start anytime you do an electric bill or you're considering solar or like a zero down solar program is how much you're currently paying with your utility company. So in order to do that, you want to get what your effective cost per kilowatt hour is right now. And then the way you do that is you just take the total dollar amount that you spent for your electricity and divide it by how many kilowatt hours they use. So this person, as you see, they were on the budget billing here. So they only spent $116, but because they're on budget billing, it's kind of like lower. And then it just averages, it's like one fixed payment over the whole year. And then at the end of the year, there's like a true up. So if you looked at the total, what their actual bill would have been had they not been on budget billing, you want to take that total cost for electricity of $116 that they have here and then divide it by and then add in the budget difference. So the 116 plus 31.77 is going to give us a number. And I already did it right here. I did the 116 plus the 31. Okay, so it's about 147, 148. So I put that in my calculator already, and we're going to use that here in just a second. But now I just want to show you where you then you want to get the total kilowatt hours that you use. So this is an Atlantic City Electric bill. Each bill, PSE&G, Jersey Central Power and Light, they're all set up a little bit different, but you can still find the numbers just the same. So for this particular bill, you're going to get the total cost kilowatt hours for the month of 559. So you take the dollar amount and you divide it by the 559, and it's going to give you a decimal. Right? So for this person, I have a calculator here that I like to use, and I'll break it down. Don't worry about all the numbers, but I'll show you exactly what you need to look at. So they had the $147 divided by their 559, and that's going to give them an effective rate of 26.3 cents a kilowatt hour. Now, this electric bill happened to be back from April 2025. Atlantic City Electric and all the utility companies in New Jersey have had rate increases since then. So even on a low month, people are probably spending closer to 28, 29 cents per kilowatt hour on the low months. So that's pretty bad. So their effective rate is 26 cents a kilowatt hour. If you do it on your bill, you'll probably get something between 26, 30 something cents a kilowatt hour. So So if we look at how this breaks down, we'll just jump over into the calculator now because we're done getting the main numbers from the electric bill, right? So the purpose of the electric bill is basically to just find out what you're paying for electricity so that when we get the solar rate, we can just compare apples to apples, all right? So for the solar rate, for the breakdown, you can see that their effective rate is 26 cents a kilowatt hour. And typically with solar, even on lower electric bills, we can get them at around 16 cents, right? So what you do is you take that effective rate, you subtract the solar rate, and then we're basically able to save them 10 cents per kilowatt hour. So the first thing people say is 10 cents. That doesn't really sound like a lot, but what you need to do is multiply that 10 cents times hundreds, thousands of kilowatt hours per year. So this is how it actually pays out. The first month, your savings might not look too much because it's just 60, it's $62, basically 45, 50% reduction on the electric bill. So 62 bucks. But imagine if you had like a higher electric bill, like 300, 400. You take off 40% off that, that's going to be a much higher number. 62 times 12 gets you an average annual savings of $744, right? And then this is where the magic happens, right? Each month you have solar. If we're able to lock in your solar rate with a fixed 0% escalator, it's just not going to go up over the next 25 years. So that same $85 payment, see, we get their payment down to $85, down from 147. It's going to stay 85 over the next 25 years. There are some times when we need to like maybe swap out the electrical panel or upgrade the roof. We have to put on a 2.9% escalator in order to replace the cost of the roof or the electrical. And most people appreciate that. right? But let's just assume it was a clean install. We're able to get them at 0%. Well, while their utility company is going up each year, like on year 10, they'd be at $209, and solar would they'd still be at 25 years. You do the math over 25 years, roughly 47, almost $50,000 in terms of the savings and the cost of electricity. And if you were to put a visual map on it, all right, the monthly payment stays flat over the next 25 years, while solar continues to creep up over time. Total cost, if it was like cumulative, right, it just slowly increases, but total cost of staying with the utility company, that continues to skyrocket over time. And then if you were to just do like a quick savings gap, right, the gap between what you're paying if you stayed with solar and what you're paying if you stick with the utility company, that gap continues to get bigger and bigger. All right, guys, so if you're interested in doing this math on your electric bill and you want to use this calculator, I'll leave a link to this in the description below. And then you can hit this number, get a free proposal. We'll be able to get you a complimentary design that shows you where the panels would go and what your savings would look like if your house were to qualify with solar. You basically just need to be a homeowner, have enough roof space on your electric bill and get enough sun, and we can get you that complimentary proposal and show you what that savings would be like. Link in the description below. All right, guys, if you like this video and you appreciate this information, the transparency and the honesty that's coming to the solar industry, hit the thumbs up because it's a lot of, I'll say, Larry come laters where there's a lot of money in the solar industry and people just want to like put any type of rate, put any type of solar system on your house, get this huge commission check, and then just walk away, right? And then you don't know like who to call afterwards. All right, guys. So links in the description below. See you later.